What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
back here again with another achievement guide. Today we're going to be focusing on Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. This is a remaster of a game that released 20 years ago on GameCube, Xbox, and PS2. I actually used to own this game on GameCube when I was a kid, and it was one of my favorite games, and I was super excited when I heard that they were remastering it. For those that don't know, this is an action RPG role-playing dungeon crawling game. I honestly have so much to say about this game because it's really a great game, but I want to focus on the achievements, but just know this game is a classic. Unfortunately, it is $29.99, which I think is a bit pricey for a remaster. However, maybe it'll go on sale one day, but if you're a big Baldur's Gate fan, it's definitely worth the money. However, if you're only playing this game for achievements, yeah, I'd wait for it to go on sale because ultimately, you can get all of the achievements in this game using cheats in under 30 minutes. But again, if you happen to purchase this game, guys, I highly recommend trying it out. It's an awesome game, definitely a classic. So if you spend that $29.99, make sure you actually get the most of your purchase and actually try the game out. So anyhow, enough fanboying over the game. The game is published by Interplay Entertainment and it was developed by Black Isle Studios. When you start up the game, you're going to have 3 different difficulties: easy, normal, and hard. You can also unlock the extreme mode by completing the gauntlet. We're going to be doing all of that. Luckily, these difficulty achievements do stack, so if you complete the game, let's say on hard, you're going to unlock the achievements for normal and easy. But for now, we're going to start the game on easy, and once we unlock extreme mode, we'll complete it on extreme mode, and that will unlock all of the other difficulty related achievements. Now, once you start the game, you can pick any character you would like. I personally picked the human archer. You're going to get an achievement right when you start up the game worth 50 gamer score for arriving in Baldur's Gate. Now, according to howlongtobeat.com, this game takes anywhere from 12 to 16 hours to complete. However, again, we're going to be completing it in under 30 minutes, and we're going to be accomplishing this by using the cheats. These cheats were available in the game back in the day on the PS2, GameCube, and original Xbox. Now, when the game first released, a True Achievements player by the name of Silva Fox posted a forum asking if the cheats worked in the game, and at first they didn't actually work, but after a few updates they ended up activating the cheats in the game, and Lord Gothic, another player on trueachievements.com, had posted in that forum how to use those cheats. So shout out to those gentlemen. It's the same cheat from back in the day, but I did find out about it via this forum. So I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second, but first make sure you save your game in the corner. Now, to activate the cheat code, you need to hold down the left bumper, right trigger, Y, left on the D-pad, and then press start. This is going to open up the cheat menu. You're going to be able to activate invincibility, basically a god mode, and aside from that, we can access the level warp. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to warp to the areas that give us achievements, and other than that, we're going to be skipping the rest. That's why in the beginning of the video, I mentioned you should actually play the game, but again, if you're only here for the achievements, I'll be guiding you through all of those. Now, before we activate the invincibility, I want you guys to teleport to Be Thrown. We're doing this because we have an achievement for dying for our first time, and once you activate invincibility, you're not going to be able to die. So let's just go ahead and teleport to a boss real quick, and we can go ahead and let him kill us right away, unlocking an easy achievement or trophy. Besides that, we have another very basic one for leveling up or gaining experience for the first time, but we're going to be getting that even with the god mode or invincibility activated. It doesn't necessarily max out your stats or anything like that. So this is really the only one that's affected by activating the invincibility. That's going to unlock the Rest in Peace achievement worth 50 gamer score for dying. After that, you want to load up your save back at the tavern, and we're going to activate the cheat menu once again. Once you're in there, you're going to turn on the invulnerability, aka invincibility, aka god mode, whatever you want to call it. After that, we're going to teleport to the one before the very bottom. It's called Tower H. Now, once you spawn, you're going to go to the left or behind you into the Black Forge. I did some research trying to find out what the most powerful weapon in the game was, and after doing some research, I found that the most powerful weapon is the Onyx Sword. It does anywhere between 90 to 120 damage, and this is actually located in the Black Forge. If you go right here and you defeat this Iron Golem, he will end up dropping the weapon, and we can pick it up and we can use it to just complete the rest of the game just way faster because we have a way better weapon. Now you can pick up a weapon off the weapon rack right behind this iron golem. Once you pick it up, you're going to need to basically attack him for about 2 minutes. After that, you'll finally defeat him, and he will drop the best weapon in the game, the Onyx Sword. Not only that, but after you defeat him, you should unlock the Young Hero achievement worth 50 gamer score for gaining some experience. We're going to level up a lot right now, you guys are going to see. So just make sure you pick up the Onyx Sword, and then after that, you're going to find that when you go into your inventory, it's automatically going to take you to the stat screen where you need to use your level ups. And basically, because we killed that iron golem as our first kill in the game, we're leveling up quite a bit. So we're going to have to basically use all of these stats and level up all the way before we gain access back to the inventory. So you can, apply the stats in particular areas like toughness, critical hits, things like that, death blow. However, you're going to have a ton of stats, guys, so it's going to get to the point where you're just going to have to place them because most of the stats you care about are already maxed out. So for the most part, just start maxing out all of the stats that are strength related. So go into the strength category and just, use the points. After you use the points, you're going to have to exit out. Once you go back in, you're going to level up again, and it gives you another amount of points. So you're going to have to rinse and repeat this process until you use all of your points. After you use all of your points, you'll finally have access to your inventory again, at which point you can go ahead and equip the Onyx Sword. As you can see, it does 90 to 120 damage, and this is the best weapon in the game. So we're going to go back where we came from, up these stairs, and there's going to be a save spot right here. We're going to save our game now that we have the most powerful weapon in the game. And now that the game is saved, what we're going to do is we're going to teleport to all of the key areas that have achievements. And basically, you get an achievement after completing Act 1, Act 2, and then Act 3, which would be completing the game. So the last section in Act 1 is going to be B Throne. It's where we teleported earlier to die for our first time. So you're going to teleport to the B Throne, and now we have this powerful weapon, and it's going to be super easy to kill this boss. And after you kill the boss, you're going to walk into the portal, and it's going to unlock the achievement for completing Act 1. The achievement description is specifically to arrive at Sunset Mountains, but you arrive in Sunset Mountains after you defeat this boss right here. So you just have to defeat the Xantam. It only takes a couple strikes with that weapon. And then after that, we're going to walk into this portal right here. You may need to wait a few seconds for it to cut to this cutscene. And then after the cutscene, you'll finally be able to walk in there. So just head over here and press X to enter. It's going to trigger a cutscene, and after the cutscene, you should unlock the achievement called Sunset Mountains, worth 50 gamer score, for arriving in Sunset Mountains, aka completing Act 1. Alright, so basically what we need to do is do the same thing for Act 2. Now, the spawn point for the last section of Act 2 is going to be Ice Cave 3. We have to defeat a dragon, and after we defeat the dragon, we'll unlock an achievement for completing Act 2. And that is the achievement called Marsh of Challenger for arriving at the Marsh of Challenger. Basically for defeating this dragon. So, teleport to Ice Cave 3. Again, we have a really powerful weapon, so this should be fairly easy. Syraxis is the name of the dragon, and after you defeat him, we're going to pretty much do the same thing, walk into the portal, and after we walk into the portal, there'll be a cutscene, and after the cutscene, your achievement or trophy should unlock. This one's going to be worth another 50 gamer score. There we go. Maybe no cutscene, but once you arrive here, you'll unlock the achievement. And next, we're going to be teleporting to basically the final boss in the game, which is the last section of Act 3. It's the very bottom spawn point or teleport point. It's called Tower T. Now, spoiler alert, if you actually care about the game, we're about to face the final boss, as I mentioned. Her name is Eldrith, and after we defeat her, we're going to unlock all of the achievements that are related to completing the game. Well, at least the one for completing it on easy. We'll come back and defeat her again on extreme to unlock the ones for extreme, hard, normal. Besides that, we need to finish the gauntlet as well. So we're going to be doing that after we defeat Eldrith right here. Keep in mind that we're playing on easy, at least in this first run, so she should be fairly easy to defeat, especially with this weapon. She transforms a few times during this boss battle, so you won't be able to damage her during those transformations. After she's done with that little animation, you should be able to attack her once again. And once she's defeated, again, we're going to unlock the achievement for completing the game on easy. And then after that, we're going to end up teleporting to the gauntlet so we can complete the gauntlet. The gauntlet unlocks another playable character as well as the extreme mode. Now, you're going to have a cutscene right here. It's going to take about a minute or so, and unfortunately you can't skip it. But I'm going to go ahead and skip through it for the sake of, making this quick and to the point. After the cutscene, you need to make sure to walk into the portal. And at this point, we have completed the game on easy. You'll unlock the Gutsy Adventurer achievement worth 150 gamer score. And yeah, we completed it on easy with cheats. Keyword with cheats, or keywords. Anyhow, this last cutscene is unskippable as well, but I'm going to go ahead and skip through this one for you guys. Now, after the cutscene, it's going to push you back to the main menu. You're going to load up your last save, the one where we saved after we got the Onyx Sword. Alright guys, so at this point we're going to type in the cheat again, and you're going to pop up this menu. After that, we're going to teleport to the very top, which is going to say Gauntlet. Now the Gauntlet is basically a challenge mode where you're going to go through a series of rooms. Each room has a different enemy type, and there's a bunch of enemies that you have to clear. Ultimately, you have to clear all of these rooms to be able to complete the dungeon, and you only have 15 minutes to do so. As long as you're playing it on easy like we are, and we have the most powerful weapon, the Onyx Sword, this is going to be extremely easy, and it should only take about 3 minutes. Especially because we also have the invulnerability on, meaning that we basically have God mode on our side, we have the most powerful weapon on our side, and then finally we're playing on the easiest difficulty, so the combination of those three things makes the gauntlet just way easier. We're really making this as easy as possible. Ultimately, you're going to be able to complete this in really about 30 minutes. I did skip through a couple portions, cutscenes, to make it quick and to the point, but overall, I played through this with the cheat method 3 different times, and the third time I recorded it, it literally was 30 minutes long. So, if you're following along with the video playing at the same time, it should take about 30 minutes. If you're someone that watches the video and then executes it after, it's going to take about an hour, because 30 minutes to watch it, 30 minutes to execute it type of thing. But the average person is going to take about 30 to 45 minutes as long as you have a decent roadmap. I'll also try to get like a written solution written on true achievements, maybe in a forum post, kind of like I did with the Subnautica 2 achievement solutions. So far, I think we're like 3 or 4 rooms deep. We just have to continue. There's only going to be 3 of those blue enemies. Now, an important fact here is that you need to clear the rooms. If you don't clear the rooms and there's even 1 enemy remaining, it will not let you finish the gauntlet, and you'll end up having to go back room to room trying to figure out where you missed enemies. So before you proceed into the next room, just make sure that you walk around and you make sure that you cleared all of the enemies in that room, because the first time I played through the gauntlet, I ended up having to return all the way back to like the second room because I missed an enemy in the corner. And you don't want to do that. So just make sure that in effort to, finish this as quick as possible, that you take your time and you clear all of the rooms. That way you don't have to go back all the way pretty much to the beginning like I did. Now, I think we have like 3 or 4 more rooms left. Some of these rooms are going to start introducing multiple enemy types rather than just the same enemy in that whole room. Now, I've never actually tried to do the gauntlet in this game legit without cheats, not even back in the day, but I'm sure it would be a pretty cool challenge depending on what difficulty that you're on and depending on what weapon that you have going into it. Plus, you also have that 15-minute timer where basically you only have 15 minutes to do this, so you can't necessarily be too defensive. You need to kind of be running at a consistent pace to be able to pull it off. But again, with the cheats, the invulnerability, the easy difficulty, and the powerful weapon, we're going to complete this before it even gets to the 10-minute timer. I think I completed in like 4 minutes or so. At this point, we're already like 80% through this gauntlet. I think we have 2 more rooms left. The next room should be the one with all of the bats. They look like bats. I call them bats, but I guess they're kind of gargoyle looking. Who knows? If you know the name of this actual enemy, let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to call them gargoyle bats. But just keep swinging, and eventually you'll have all of these cleared out. It's pretty hard to miss these ones. But just in case, make sure that you check the corners. Maybe they just haven't, started flying towards you because you haven't got close enough yet. So I just went back and checked that corner just in case. And I believe the next room is the last room. We're going to see a variety of enemies here. And just make sure that you clear all of them. And after that, we should be completing this gauntlet and unlocking our achievement or trophy for doing so. As you can see, we have 11 minutes left, so I suppose we're 4 minutes in. And I think we can get it done before it shows 10 minutes left. I think we just got like 2 more enemies left. Well, maybe not. See, that's why you gotta check the whole room. You may have more enemies you don't even, know about or anticipate on fighting. Alright, and there we go. We have the Iron Golem at the end. Before I face this guy, I'm just going to walk around the room and just make sure that I cleared it out. I think so. This is probably going to cost me my under 5 minutes before the 10-minute timer, but whatever. It's better to just make sure that you clear the room. It's only going to take a couple hits, and you should defeat him. And we're going to run for the door. There we go. Wow, I did get it before it said 10 minutes left. Nice. Just use a save slot that you haven't used yet, and once you get back to the menu, you're going to unlock the Epic Fighter achievement worth 150 gamer score for finishing the gauntlet. After that, you should unlock the newest difficulty, which is going to be the Extreme difficulty. So you're going to start up a new game on Extreme. It's going to tell you to select a save previously. We're just going to select the one that we saved right after we got the Onyx Sword. For me, it was the middle save. It should say Hall of Remembrance. Select your Hall of Remembrance save, and then after that, we're going to end up starting at the beginning. Basically, it keeps all of your stats and upgrades. However, it does not keep your weapons. So we're going to have to go get that Onyx Sword once again, and then we can go ahead and just teleport to the final boss and defeat her. Alright, so first things first, we need to put in the cheat as usual. That's going to be left bumper, right trigger, Y, left on the D-pad, and start. You're going to need to wait until this cutscene ends. Unfortunately, it's not skippable. But after it ends, you can pretty much enter the cheat code right away. No need to save your game this time, and you can just go ahead and mash the A button to go ahead and skip through all of the dialogue. Alright, so go ahead and enter the cheat. Again, that's left bumper, right trigger, Y, and left on the D-pad. And then after you have that pulled up, we're going to make sure the invulnerability is on and level warp down to the place where we got the Onyx Sword before. It's going to be the second from the very bottom. It's Tower H. And from here, you're going to walk into this part right here, which is the Black Forge entrance. After that, you're going to grab this weapon off the weapon rack. It's totally randomized in terms of what weapon you get. I got a flaming axe, and you're going to just attack the Iron Golem until you defeat him, until he drops the Onyx Sword. Now, the only difference this time is that we don't have to put in all of those stats and upgrades because those carried over from our previous save. So just pick up the Onyx Sword, make sure that you go to your inventory and that you equip it. Go up here, and we're going to go ahead and just go all the way down the hallway into the next entrance. I found that personally it didn't let me go up there, at least not yet, so we're just going to teleport there. It's basically the last option all the way down on the warp menu. So just enter in the cheat code. That's left bumper, right trigger, Y, left on the D-pad, and then start. And just teleport right here to the boss battle. Again, that's the very bottom one. It's Tower T. And once again, you cannot skip this cutscene, but I'm just going to edit through it real quick to get this, nice, quick, and to the point, as I mentioned before. If you guys prefer that I keep the cutscenes in instances like this, let me know down in the comments below. Sometimes, it helps with, keeping the same pace as you guys, but for other people, they would rather that I just cut straight through that and, just show the, meat and potatoes of the guide and stick to the stuff that you guys actually need to know. Other than that, in terms of this final boss battle with Eldrith on extreme difficulty, you're going to find that It's a lot harder to defeat her. She takes, you know, a lot less damage in terms of the difficulty spike, so we're not going to be able to defeat her as fast as we did last time. However, ultimately this is super easy because we basically have a god mode activated with the cheat. On top of that, it's a lot faster because we have the Onyx Sword. Can you imagine how long it would take to defeat her without the strongest weapon in the game? You would literally probably spend up to 30 minutes swinging on her with a entry level weapon. So having the Onyx Sword, aka the most powerful weapon in the game, makes a huge difference in terms of defeating her faster. Even with the cheats, you need to have a strong weapon to be able to deal a lot of damage to her, at least on the extreme difficulty. So yeah, this may feel a little tedious, but ultimately it's way easier than actually completing the game. Again, I don't want this guide to, you know, stray people away from actually playing the game just because you have all of the achievements. Just because you're about to get the full 1000 gamer score or platinum trophy doesn't mean you actually can't still play the game. I don't know why so many people think that if you have all of the achievements that it's stopping you from, you know, playing the game. Like, you can still play the game after you get all of the achievements. Just because we have a cheat method or a console command method for a good game doesn't mean it totally wrecks the game or the experience. You can still play it as much as you want after. So yeah, ultimately, do I think this was worth the money? Yes, I would pay $29.99 just for the remaster because I loved the game that much back in the day, and it was probably one of the first 5 games I ever owned as a kid. At least that I bought with my own money. I remember purchasing the game used at GameStop, so for me, this game brings a lot of nostalgia. Aside from that, it's awesome that, you know, we can use the cheats and that it makes for a really easy 1000 gamer score or platinum trophy. So for me, totally worth it. I'm happy I got the 1000 gamer score in the game. I still plan on actually playing the game when I have some downtime. Just because I have that 1000 G, as I mentioned, doesn't mean the game is completely worthless now. I still plan on actually playing it. So anyway, after that cutscene, you're going to walk into the last portal and you're going to unlock all of the other achievements that are related to completing the game on various difficulties. I just unlocked the one for completing the game on extreme difficulty, and the ones for hard and normal difficulty should pop as well. We unlocked the achievement for easy difficulty back when we completed the game the first time. So yeah, personally I should be unlocking my last achievement right here, questing hero, worth 150 gamer score for completing the game on normal. Personally, that's the last one that popped for me. After checking it out, indeed I do have the full 1000 out of full 1000. Hopefully you guys enjoyed another really easy completion or platinum trophy. Other than that, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 16 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including Tim G84, AOJ, Kegger101, Michael Benksa, and Purple Rain 6. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.